In our first section of English 3, we're going to talk about Native American literature. And first of all, I want to touch on the culture of Native Americans. Hopefully this is a review for you. But some of the main principles that Native Americans lived by focus on the fact that the earth and all living things are sacred. And with that, they believed, obviously, that humans were in that, but that we weren't necessarily the top of the food chain like we believe here. They didn't necessarily, they felt that humans needed to respect everything else. So that goes into this next point about the circle of life. So you've got animals and plants and all the forces of nature that are all in this circle, and humans are a part of that and must respect everything else that's going on. And then also they believe that not one person could own the land. So today you have people that own the land that their house is on or that their business is on. But to the Native Americans, they believed the land was just the land and it wasn't something you could own. So now we look at how their storytelling was, how we're going to look at that in the literature sense. It isn't like we picture it today. It wasn't written down in books that you would read from or hand off to somebody else. Their stories were passed down orally or just by mouth from one person to the next, from generation to generation. And they did that so that they could continue to express their views on the world and how all those things we talked about in that cultural slide fit into things. A lot of their stories that were told were what are called myths. And that is a story that's going to explain something. And in their case, they were explaining some sort of natural happening or some aspect of what humans do or maybe a mystery of the universe. Then those are kind of broken down into two different categories. We've got the creation myths, and that's telling how the world and humans came into existence. And then another type is an origin myth. And so then that's looking at how those other things, the natural phenomena, happen, or why a society has a certain belief or custom. So when you look at those, it goes into what the reason is behind these myths is to really emphasize that strong bond between the creator, humanity, and the natural world, and making sure that people remember that it was the duty of humans to maintain that balance. It also gave the people a sense of identity, and it helped them to do many things, or they felt like it helped them to do many things like healing the sick and making sure that they had plenty of food. And mostly it was teaching a moral lesson or to help them to learn something about the past. So you're going to see that in this upcoming myth. You're going to see some of these principles that we're going to read. But first I'm going to have you think a little bit as you go on to this next assignment. It's a discussion board. And you're going to think about how you believe the differences between how the Native Americans saw the earth and how we do, and the different ways that we treat that. So you're going to start there, and then we're going to look at a myth from Native American mythology.